And our next challenger, Hiraa, and again, there's 3 total. Hira's from GiveMob, and she's also from the Bay Area and got her professional start working at Google. She's got a Master's of Public Policy and has spent the last 2 summers working with UNICEF in Kolkata, India, not to mention working with the MCON14 Fund as well, doing international work. She's interested in public-private partnerships and the use of technology to solve social challenges. Sounds like it's right up our Be Fearless alley. So please welcome Hiraa. Oh, let me grab the iPad.
Thanks so much, Emily. Good morning, everyone. My name is Hiraa Khan, and I'm the founder of GiveMob. So GiveMob is a mobile application that allows you to make charitable donations with a few simple clicks. GiveMob brings new and exciting projects to your attention while you go about your everyday life, and it makes giving to these projects extremely easy. Before I tell you more about GiveMob, I want to talk to you a little bit about the state of charitable giving in America today. So nonprofit and charitable causes raised over $335 billion last year. Individual giving made up about 75% of that. Now, the internet and social media have made it so we have a vast amount of information on a variety of different issues around the world. And I think more so than ever before, it's clear that we live in a highly interconnected world where no single issue or topic exists in a vacuum. This reality is reflected in the way that millennials are giving. So millennials are giving smaller dollar amounts to a broader range of organizations and causes. While this reality is great and that millennials are diversifying the way they're giving, the proportion of donations coming from millennials has actually decreased. It's actually decreased from 8% to just 3% in the last decade. So now, let's talk about it. So we at GiveMob believe this is because nonprofits are not reaching millennials where they live, on mobile. Now, it's no surprise to anyone that mobile is the future. 31% of Americans say that they access the internet primarily through their smartphone device. Amongst people ages 12 to 29, over 50% say they primarily access the internet through their mobile device. Now, this is a very large and growing audience whose needs are not being met by their traditional desktop experience. And on mobile today, you can do just about anything. You can order, take out, hail a cab, or even find love. Mobile is making it so we can be spontaneous, so we can take action whenever and wherever we choose to do so. But despite all the innovations in various industries on mobile, charitable giving and engagement is still surprisingly inaccessible. So there is some good news. Mobile giving through SMS shortcodes and text to donate was brought into the consciousness of donors after the 2010 Haiti earthquake. Mobile donors gave over $45 million to Haiti earthquake relief in the US alone. Pew Institute researchers found that 55% of people that have given via mobile actually have given again via mobile. They also found that 25% of people that have given via mobile actually prefer it as a primary way to give. Now, these events demonstrate that people want to give on mobile. They just don't know how. There are very few mobile channels that allow us to find, discover, engage with, and give to nonprofit causes. Essentially, mobile giving has a distribution problem. So at GiveMob, we believe that this is the solution. GiveMob is the solution. GiveMob allows anyone to give to nonprofit and charitable causes straight through their mobile phone. Now let me walk you through GiveMob. After you download the app, you'll be asked to select some charitable preferences. So now let's say you care about education, the environment, housing, and human rights. This information is going to help us curate content that sort of reflects the needs and interests of our users. Then you'll be shown a new nonprofit campaign every day. These campaigns can be project-specific or organization-specific. And we keep the last 5 days of campaigns active for users that might have missed a day or two in the week. Now, let's say you decide you want to give to a certain campaign, and you press the donate button on the campaign. You'll actually be taken to your standard SMS service. So we utilize text to donate to process payments. This is because texting is one of the most common functions performed on mobile. So while mobile is sort of uncharted territory for nonprofits and donors, texting is something that users are very familiar with. One of the other reasons we utilize text to donate is because Apple prohibits in-app donations. So Apple, like iTunes guidelines, prohibit in-app donations unless they're processed through text to donate. So that means we, unfortunately right now, do not have the capability to process through credit card or PayPal. So, and then not featured here, we also keep track of giving, so any donations you've made in-app are accessible, they're exportable, you can use them for tax purposes or just for your own personal purposes. So, as you can tell, GiveMob makes giving extremely easy. It's just a few simple clicks to make a donation. For our donors, GiveMob offers a way to seamlessly give in the moment. It offers a way to discover new nonprofits based on your interests. And it offers a way to track your giving over time. For our nonprofit partners, GiveMob offers a way to share your story in a new medium. It offers a way for nonprofits to reach a large and growing mobile-only and mobile-first audience. And lastly, it allows nonprofits to follow up with these donors to deepen their pool of long-term givers. So what's really exciting about GiveMob is that we just launched in February 2014, and we have thousands of supporters, hundreds of users, and dozens of nonprofit partners. We started GiveMob with just $1,100, and so the iPhone app, the Android app, and the web page was developed for just that budget, and we haven't put any money into marketing, sales, partnerships at all. And so that's really exciting for us. We are looking at releasing version 2 of GiveMob later this summer. And version 2 has some really exciting features. We're hoping to offer better content curation based on your interests and giving history. We hope to offer geolocation-based giving, offline interactions, as well as, and then we'll also be like just generally enhancing the UX and the UI of the product. So at GiveMob, we really believe that giving should be a part of everyone's life. We want to make giving as fun, easy, and accessible as possible. And we hope you'll visit our website at www.givemobapp.org to download the app for your iPhone or Android. And if you're a nonprofit, we'd love to hear from you. And thank you so much.
Thank you, Hiraa. That was fantastic.
Thank you.
So we got a couple of social Q&A questions, but I have one question first. What was the biggest challenge for you and your team in starting GiveMob?
Yeah, I think the biggest challenge was on the technical front. I'm not a technical person, and so just navigating that whole space, iPhone development, Android development. Again, I mentioned the Apple iTunes guidelines, which prohibit in-app donations, so that was sort of a uncharted territory. There aren't a lot of examples of charitable giving apps out there, so it was really nice to just jump right in and figure it all out.
And that was actually the subject of one of the questions that came in. With the iTunes restrictions, do you foresee any change in that? Do you have any inside scoop to share with us since you've been doing all this research?
Yeah, so I don't foresee it changing because the rule was actually implemented in 2011. So it's a fairly recent rule, and we had a lot of back and forth with Apple's team when we were developing this app. And I think they're just a little bit scared about scams and apps that are going live and then saying like we're the Red Cross, but you're actually not. And
right, fraud.
Yeah, fraud, scams, and so I don't foresee it changing, unfortunately.
Okay. One of the highest questions on here, you brought up the stat about millennial giving decreasing, and I guess that was in overall giving, not just dollar amounts, right?
Yeah.
Right. So do you think the app helps or actually sort of promotes actually decrease in giving because it's more micro donation which I think is what they're trying to get at, versus larger scale donations?
I don't. I think that we are giving people a tool that they can, millennials are on their phone all day, and we're pushing them great content. And even though it's smaller dollar amounts, I think we're promoting giving by showing cool, interesting causes, cool nonprofits, sort of right where millennials are. And I think it's an unfortunate reality with the recession and everything that millennials just don't have large dollar amounts to give. And so we offer a way to give small dollar amounts when you can, whenever you can.
And just one last 30-second question, if you can. So what happens to the money on the back end? Somebody asked and wants to know, how can you assure that it gets to where it's supposed to be going?
Yeah, so the great thing about Text to Donate is handled by all the large carriers, and so AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, and they have fantastic in-house teams that make sure the money does get from a user to the nonprofit.
All right, fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Hiraa.
Thank you.
All right, great job.